Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to the second match of IEM's opening day. Today we are casting CSPY versus SAMY. I am your caster Gelos, joined here by Gretchen.
Hello.
Gonna be an exciting match. We've taken a little peek at the rosters here. We've got players on the CSPY team like Handspy, Lucas, Vexy, Otto. On the SAMY team, we got people like Dux, Zulfer, Maldur, Zulfer, Waffler as well. A couple of different names, but
Yeah,
for
you
the
don't know
10v10,
any of them, do you?
I know a few of them. A few of them I do know.
Okay.
But you know, it's 10v10, so yeah. I won't lie and say that I'm completely versed in 10v10 players, but either way, 10v10 tends to be a pretty fun time to watch, and this particular match is going to be fun to watch, mostly because of the map. Take a look at this. We're going to be playing on Fort Liberty.
So excited.
Yeah, I absolutely love Fort Liberty. It's going to be quite a time, quite frankly. Let me go ahead and let them know that the stream is ready to go if they want to get this started. It looks like they were starting early, so that's why we kind of jumped in there and just started the cast. So we're just going to be lolling around here, waiting for them to get started. For those of you not kind of acquainted with the rule set first, 10v10 is a cap-based format. You will see that there are scores at the top. These scores are going to just be based off of how much time one team has gotten on one half. If one team caps all the way, then they're just going to automatically, for that half, get 240 points added to them on halftime. If both teams get a draw on, or rather, if both teams get a cap on one half and then the second half, and you know, it's one team gets 240 points, one team gets another 240 points. It goes to a draw, and then we do a tiebreaker match on the same map, and then we move on to the next map after that. Now, this map in particular is a pretty fun one. And it's probably honestly is a great one for 10v10 as well. It is a just gargantuan map. It is one of the biggest that we can actually do in any kind of like competitive format. It has a lot of just real estate. So the spawns here are going to be on these garages. And then you can see they run to, there are two entrances here on bottom side. You can use the, if we're starting on southeastern side, you can use the entrance right over here on your left, or this entrance right over here on your right. These both go into this bottom area basement. Let's see here. Yeah. This bottom area basement, where the cap actually is. You can't really, don't want to get too confused, as the cap, you know, kind of looks like it would be on the top.
Not too confused.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people do this though. They'll go to the top. They'll think that that's the cap. It's not. It's not the cap. You know, obviously these two teams, they're gonna be well versed in this map. They're gonna know not to use that. But there's going to be some flanking that you can do up here. There are some little stairwells right over here. You can use that one. You can also just jump down here straight from the railway. Go down here on the bottom. Lots of ways you can kind of play that. Lots of real estate. We're probably, because this is a 10v10, it's a very serious, you know, kind of match. Both teams really do want to win this. We're probably not going to be seeing a ton of fighting happening upstairs, if I were to guess. I'm expecting some just minor flanks at most to be happening. Maybe like a whole team flank if they're having a really hard time getting down there. But a lot of this is just going to be flanking area up here on the top. Most of the fighting we're going to be seeing on the bottom area basement. Right over here. And there's a lot of cover down here. Lots of stuff for both teams to utilize as they just move in towards the point. You can see for both sides here. Crates scattered around this little see-through wall. Can't shoot through it, can't walk through it, but you can see the other team. You also can't spot through it.
Otto just asked the rest when they're finally starting and saying he's sobering up.
Well, I mean, I just it sounds like he wants to start before he sobers up,
Mm-hmm.
specifically. He's got to have his buff. Okay. Yeah. So this
What
is
you
gonna
drinking?
be just water. You know, I have to.
With ice in it?
I don't know if you know this. I talk a lot. I I have to try my best to get some sips of water in every now and again because I just tend to keep rambling on.
Do you have ice in your water?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course you do.
I don't understand. What's the aversion? What's the aversion to ice
No,
water?
no aversion. It's just, it's funny. Every time I ask an American that, they're always like, of course. Every time I ask a European, they're like, yeah or no. But Americans are like offended at the idea of not having ice in it.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't make any sense to us to have lukewarm water.
Hey, wake up.
Why not?
It doesn't make any sense. I've never.
I remember one time you had to drink warm water and you were so upset. Like room temperature.
I was. I don't like warm water. It's not good. It's so gross. I don't understand how you can drink that.
Oh. Sometimes I even drink hot water.
There are people who have, sensitive teeth and they have a hard time drinking cold water, so I can get those kind of people, you don't want to have the pain. But that's not you, is it? You don't have sensitive teeth. You're just out here like, I'm totally fine with having this lukewarm weird water.
I don't know. I do prefer cold water, but I'm fine with warm water. Oh my.
So gross.
I used to have a phase where like I would drink hot water, like as hot as you drink tea, but without the tea. That was kind of weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
The match will start in 40 seconds. The match will start in 40 seconds.
Oh, it's nice and warm, comfy.
Alright, well, we're gonna be starting on this tick here, so about 30 more seconds. I'll start with watching. Who was it that you wanted to watch? We'll watch them. It was the CSPY team, wasn't it? That's the one you wanted to look at. All right.
Purple.
Make sure my interface has the right colors on. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna be starting on that northeastern side, or northwestern side, right? Oh, actually, southeastern side. It looks like 'cause this is blue. My bad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. Match start.
Here we are.
Does Gretchen prefer gas or no gas in water in restaurants? Depends on the restaurant. If it's good, no gas. If it's whatever, gas. Usually.
That's a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Anyway, so we've got...
But what are you confused about?
We're off to the races, everybody. So we've got at least 2 medics here for the CSPY team. 3, I think, actually. It looks like 2 on bottom, 1 went up on top. We do also have a meeting here on the back end.
Yeah, CSPY kind of flanked around.
Good flank here, yeah, by the CSPY team.
They're not getting that much value.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a medic back here, though. If that medic can actually get a couple people up, this could still be a pretty valuable flank. Right now,
the medic isn't getting anyone up.
Yeah, but look on the SAMY team. They've also got no medics there to res them, and actually they have taken the point.
Also, we should note that both of these teams, I'm pretty sure, are almost entirely new to the format. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 people on each team, but I've played it before.
Yeah, and despite that, actually, that was a very good flank for a team, relatively new. Very, very nice job. C4 coming out here. Doesn't meet anybody. I think it took down a little bit of shield, but not too bad. Got a little bit of some interesting angles here by the CSPY team. These are very, very strong places in here. And look at this flank as well from a medic and a heavy in the back end. They just dropped down. They're stuck down here now. Medic now rezzing the heavy. Goes down himself. Pile here, waiting for an opportunity to go up. He gets up. And is in a great spot. Gets him.
Pillar Gelos.
Pillar?
Pile? Pillar.
Veltbr? Oh, I see. You're right, there's 2 L's. There's Pillar.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. You're right.
That's okay.
Hey,
I forgive you. It's a German word after all. How are you supposed to know?
I know nothing. My head's empty on almost
I think
24-hour basis.
And yet it constantly spits out words. Well, rather, words fall out of it's probably more accurate. Where's the SAMY flank going over the top?
Yeah,
I think they're confused about where they're going.
I'm not seeing anybody. Where?
Okay, they figured it out. They're going down the main entrance of
Okay.
CSPY.
Ah, okay. They went down this stairwell. Let's go over here and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, they kind of didn't really know where to go there.
A little bit of a taunt there by the SAMY team, asking if they have a map.
No, I think they meant more like we can't find our way because they got confused up top and went the wrong direction. And they're getting knifed through the shield. I don't think they know how this works.
Oh, man.
Oh no, they're trying to shoot the guy that's knifing them through the shield.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate one there. But you know what? They're still alive. I'm surprised, actually. Here comes the flank from the CSPY team now. Likely going to be able to kind of clean this up. SAMY actually rotates back, cleans out the medic, takes out the bolt. Got a heavy still back here to deal with, though. And look at this over here on this side. CSPY getting cleaned up on point as SAMY's flank running pretty well, actually. It took a little while, and they kind of knew it was coming as well.
They also have, like, no one left.
Look at this, though. Look, CSPY basically cleaned now. SAMY going to take point. But there it is.
Not for long, though. They have, like, no one
CSPY
left. They have, like, 4 people on point.
Immediately back in, starts cleaning back up. Okay, never mind. They just traded reses, and CSPY's back. SAMY now has to find some kind of a regroup.
Why are there no points? Because the rounds are decided by who captures the base or who has most time on the capture, not by kills.
On halftime, the refs will either add 240 points if one team gets a cap, or they'll add in the amount of seconds they have over the 4-minute mark that you see on that little piece down here, this little timer. And that will be your score, but it'll only be added in on halftime. SAMY here getting pushed back by the CSPY team on their own home area.
Yeah, I think SAMY was originally a lane smash team, and they've kind of just done a bit of everything since then. But they're definitely still like a newer team that doesn't do a lot of Jaeger stuff. Whereas on CSPY, there's a lot of players that like, or quite a few players at least, that have played some 6v6 and stuff like that.
SAMY here looking for an angle in the back end. They actually do take out 2 heavies with a C4. Medic right there in the corner does clean up, though. He's gonna pick everybody back up. Oh, but a flank from another heavy actually does take out the medic. Still 1 heavy left in here. Just got his Naginata trying his best. He takes out another medic, though. But another one here to clean up. CSPY once again. Only 25 seconds left on their cap as well. They're doing a really good job.
If they do cap, we switch sides, and if they cap again, that's a win for CSPY.
Yep.
Or if they win by time.
Yeah, if they win by the end of half, having more time on the point, then they'll end up just winning it outright, too, for that first map. Oh, stopped at 8 seconds there. I think that was a desperation push. Looks like just
I don't
one
think
player.
they have time.
No.
5 seconds? No.
At this point, it looks like SAMY is going to not be able to get back on point in time, and CSPY gets the first half 240 points. Very nice job here by CSPY team. They played that really well. It was a very defensive kind of play, and I think SAMY went maybe a little too I would say fancy is actually the right word. Kind of tried to go pretty aggressive with flanks, but for this particular match, because the flanks take so long, it's kind of hard to do.
That is true, but I think there might also just be like a more individual skill on the CSPY team. They're mainly live players, but they're all very solid players, and they're used to playing around medics, so they transition pretty naturally into this.
For 10v10, that actually transitions pretty well. That actually is you know, this is probably one of the closest to just like having a good fight on live kind of translates to, because it's not quite 6v6 where you have to worry about you know, keeping yourself alive at the same time as killing, and you can actually just get picked back up. And it's not quite a lane smash where you have to constantly redeploy and go move somewhere else entirely, or just get something thrown into your face like a vehicle at all times. This is actually, you know, if you're used to having good fights, and like the CSPY team, it sounds like kind of is. Yeah, that definitely does translate really well. And you can see here on the kills as well on the scoreboard, 88 kills for the CSPY team, far outweighing the SAMY team at only 37. That kind of does show a little bit what they were able to do. And I do think that has a little bit more to do with that sort of how they played as well. I think that defensive style they went with rather than Sammy's kind of going for flanks. You know, halfway through. I think that worked out a lot better. We'll see though. SAMY might be able to still come out and you know, be able to sort of potentially get a win, maybe even hold off at least CSPY from getting a cap on the next half. It's just going to be about whether or not they can figure out how to either do those flanks faster or just play it really strong in the bottom floor, because that top floor area, while it can sometimes be good, I think CSPY when they played it, their flanks, it was right at the very beginning. That was probably the better use of those kind of flanking areas, because that was when you were going to be meeting everybody at that area, and that's kind of how you just corralled them everybody kind of into the point. They made that flank work a lot better than I think SAMY was able to make it. So we'll see though. We'll see if SAMY can kind of learn from that mistake and come back in on the second half. Taking a look at reses as well. Both sides pretty good reses, 21 and 36 respectively. But you will notice that SAMY does have one extra medic.
The second round will start in 1 minute. The second round will start in 1 minute.
All right, so we're gonna go right back into the in-game screen.
We still got a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Don't gotta rush, Gelos.
I've always got to rush. You know, gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving.
The teams are talking about what they had for dinner now. Nothing? Nothing planned yet? It's like fucking
what time is it for you right now?
9:15.
It's a little late.
I'm pretty sure he's in the same time zone as I.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said 9:15.
You gotta plan your dinner a little ahead of time, guy. Come on. Get it together.
Like, maybe he got up really late.
That's true. That's a fair point.
It is the weekend.
Not every.
Huh?
20.
What do you say? Not everybody.
Well, not everybody can you know have you know, some people play, you know, they do the graveyard shift, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second round start. Second round start.
All right. So this time I'm going to be watching the SAMY team. I kind of want to see what the squad comp looks like, because they have one extra medic on top that the CSPY team just doesn't have. But I think if they stay together, that can work really well. But I think their flanks took too long last time. I want to see if they can.
I think
make this work a bit better.
switching one more medic. I'm seeing 4 for them now.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure. Maybe on this map actually, I can see it.
Okay, CSPY and SAMY meeting each other right away in mid. Grenade about to hit one of the SAMY heavies. Does take out a heavy a second time.
And two CSPY flanks coming in and converging onto point.
Yep, big flank by CSPY team coming right in on the back end of
And they got
SAMY's
so many kills already there that can't be revived.
That was fantastic flanking here by the CSPY team. They're going to take point and be on initiative actually once again. Let's take a look at how SAMY recovers and see if they can get pushed back in here.
Lily's being very ridiculous in chat.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It says IEM, not IEC.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Don't you have a phone? Can't you?
Come shot starts with a C. Not an M, Lily.
Being ridiculous. Okay, well, I see some. I guess I thought these guys were going for a flank, but I think it feels more like they're lost. A little bit on the top.
Yeah, that's what I was observing before, and that's when they made the comment of, do you
Y'all got a map? I don't know where I am.
help?
Mom, come get me.
Shot?
I'm scared.
Or maybe it stands for mum shot, not
Could be
cum
mum shot. Could be mum shot.
Infantry extreme mum shot. From your mom dick.
SAMY team here. Only a couple members, though. About to hit point. We're going to see if that's the right call. It probably will at least draw some of the CSPY members back and it could help the SAMY team actually push in.
But it's too disjointed. There's not enough coordination there. And to be fair, it's really hard to get that on Fort Liberty. It's by far one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map to coordinate on.
Yeah, it is just so gigantic, and because it's literally stacked on top of each other, you can't just call someone to go to this part of the map or that part of the map because there's 2 levels to it. Oh my God! This bolter was waiting for the perfect moment and actually does take one of the players. Didn't get the medic though, so he gets right back up. What was he using? Was that the Sasser? It sounded like something weird. Oh, it was probably a suppressed one. That's probably why.
Let me go and spy on them.
I think the NC infill is using
that is a suppressed one. Yeah, that's a 4x. They have pink camo on it.
Solid. SAMY team here, pushing in from bottom of Fort Liberty. A little bit of a head glitch, but look at this. They're getting flanked from the back end by Pile.
Yeah, they're doing this thing again where they're flanking through the enemy's home building, and it's like, it's really good if it works and if you get a fast push, but then they always just stall.
They get a little caught up here, yeah. They gotta move a little faster, but you know, hopefully they're kind of learning as they go, and they can maybe correct that throughout.
Okay, so this time they didn't lose anyone on the push though, so it's
well, they're gonna lose this medic for sure. This medic is caught back here.
Yeah. Hey, Gelos. Lily has a request for you in chat.
Fort Wibbly. I think that was a C4. Like oh no, that C4 didn't actually get thrown. It got a little lagged and hit the wall instead. Didn't actually go out. That would have been a really good C4 brick. That was a solid C4 break there, though. That actually did manage to catch at least a medic. And now SAMY getting pushed out of point as CSPY jumps back in. They are up
actually,
on time.
can you say that again, but with a long E in the end?
Fort Wibbly?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
CSPY holding quite well here. 2 minutes 30 seconds until they can potentially get a cap entirely as well, and that will just that'll actually end this first map entirely, and we'll move on to the second map. So SAMY has got to start moving pretty quickly in here, and they're gonna go straight through their own home base. Fragnade catches out a little bit of shields there, but there's plenty of medics out here.
Look at this flank.
Yep, very good flank. What is he using there? That did not sound like an Orion.
Looks like a flare.
I think it was. It sounded like a flare. Interesting choices sometimes. But you know, there's no wrong way to play the game. My friend Rel once said to me.
I bet he did. There's no wrong way to design the game either, Gelos.
Alright, CSPY team has picked everybody back up. They're on a good spot for spawn locks here at least. They can hold pretty effectively as long as they're... Oh, actually, they've rotated to the back end, which is probably the right call. It looks like actually they've caught one of the bolters out, and they're probably going to catch this small push happening as well. Yep. Oh, but a medic actually does take out one. Rez is ducked, but duck's also going to go right back down. Meanwhile, on the other side, rest of the SAMY team pushing in. Yeah. Oh, C4 catches out at least 3 players there.
Jesus Christ.
That was a fantastic C4 break. Oh, CSPY cleaning up the rest of them as well. I'm hearing the gunshots, but I can't quite figure out where they're coming from all the time.
Yeah, that's a real
hard to track
moment. I think it's upstairs.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know what? We have another push happening on main spawn area, though, so let's take a look at that before we go up there. Oh, bolter gets caught out and actually bolted by the bolter. Oh, C4 brick does not catch anybody, actually. It didn't actually kill anyone. That was surprising, because it looked like it got hit right on someone. Prazer over here. Might be running flak armor? No way. Right? That's not... No, surely no.
Surely.
Surely.
Surely, oh, there's 7 seconds on the point.
Yeah,
SAMY,
SAMY
like,
is...
last desperation push.
Yeah, SAMY is trying their best, but I don't think they're going to get back in it. There it is. CSPY taking both the first and second caps.
Yeah, that was pretty dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really say much.
Sam much? Did I... Is this how
I'm
you
leaving.
pun? Okay, please no.
That was pretty dominant. Yeah, I tend.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that one went pretty well. For them, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sorry, just trying to fix my other script and there we are. Okay, so
Do you
take
know
a
what
look
map
at
it is?
the
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yes, I do. It's
No, I can look it up. Please go ahead.
okay.
Look at the stats.
All right. So taking a look at our scoreboard here, we have obviously CSPY takes both halves. That puts them at 480 points for the first match. They did phenomenally well. And if you take a look at the kills, you can see just why. They were able to stay in points and actually hold on to point just incredibly well. They basically didn't ever they never really even got pushed off, to be honest with you. They stayed up there extremely well, and they didn't have to massively rotate to keep dealing with all of these other angles. They just kind of stayed very, very well inside, and it worked extremely well. Kills of 190 for CSPY team. SAMY only able to get 83 comparatively. They were constantly on the back pedal trying to get a foot back in the door, if you will, of that bottom floor. Very, very difficult to do. And you can
I feel like
see
they just
exactly
got outshot on like I can't even say if one team had better team play because SAMY just constantly got outshot.
Yeah. And I think that has to do with partly with obviously you said the players that are very they kind of know how to do this kind of gameplay very well, but it also does have to do a bit with
maybe, but they're
how
also
little they
just
have to
pretty
move.
decent players.
Yeah.
I mean, they're live players. They're not used to Jaeger, but they're pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty good live players, most of them.
Yeah.
And like strongly focusing on improving.
Yeah, it definitely.
I don't know about SAMY.
Yeah, it definitely translated very well here, and I think it just has a little bit to do with that very little bit of rotation that they had to do to even actually continuously be effective. So we're going to move on to our second map. The next one is going to be Paris East. This one is a smaller map. As soon as I get over there, I will open the screen back up. But it is a smaller map. So it could be a bit better for SAMY, who seem to be struggling a little bit with kind of getting rotations up and moving, but they could actually get a lot more flanking.
True, but it's like it's still very important to rotate correctly on this map.
Yep. But also what's important on this map is LAs, which we don't actually know the strength of either team's LAs because there was no real presence for LAs or need for a presence of LAs on that last map. And LAs for Paris are extremely important, no matter the format you're playing on.
True, I wonder how many we'll see from US.
Yeah.
I know Lucas 1233 on the CSPY team has played some LA in 6v6, I think, before, and some heavy. So I think we might see him on LA. Maybe
that would be a good bet. My assumption. I mean, if you're confident enough to put somebody on
and
an LA team, no matter what, he's probably got some experience in there.
And I remember back from when I still played live, I saw Zyntech play a lot of LA and be pretty decent at it on live. I don't know if he's played much Jaeger.
Oh, I called it wrong, by the way. It's not Paris, it was Aiken. I read the wrong one.
Oh, sorry, I could have told you, but I wasn't listening to you.
But this still applies.
Then my rotation comment
important.
makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah.
Because rotation's a lot more important on Aiken than in Paris.
Yeah, but Aiken has the same exact importance for LAs. I want to stress that. Aiken is one of those maps where if you have good LAs, you can absolutely dominate very effectively. So as soon as I get there, I will open up the screen here. You can see what we're looking. My apologies. Let me just get over here.
My apologies.
Sorry.
Hold on just a second here.
Hold on, everybody. I just gotta get over here in position.
Why do you sound like Hawaii?
All There we are. So this is Aiken South. This map here is again, this is a very LA centric map. LAs are going to be extremely important. Heavies are going to have a good role here, and obviously the sort of the medics. But you can see just why LAs are going to be so important here. There's so much real estate on the roofs, and so much that LAs can actually do while up here too. You can see the entire courtyard, but not only that, you can see all of the balconies as well. So anytime someone is moving from balcony to balcony, now LA can not only potentially get a kill, but even if they can't, they can even potentially just get the spot off, and that just it allows the your team to just kind of rotate and immediately deal with that if they're running in for a flank. There are spots here where you're probably going to see people kind of jump and do this little cross along where there's no connection on the balcony. This is a risky move if your LAs or if you've got enemy LAs up, because they'll see you, they can potentially kill you. There's not a lot you can do except for drop down and try to run into the building right here. And that is, if this is a home base for the enemy team,
let's see if I can still make the
will get you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo,
So,
I can shut off. And
so
then you
well
can
done.
sit like up here.
Yep. Fantastic head glitch there, but again, it's something you have to be careful of. If you've got enemy LAs at all, they're still going to see you up here. They're going to see you pretty well. Obviously not you, because you're camouflaged. You're extremely camouflaged.
I think that's illegal.
It's illegal in this format.
I'm not even wearing camo.
Yeah, you've got the default camouflage on, the TR camouflage buff, if you will.
I'm not sure if only camo is banned or all cosmetics.
I think it's all cosmetics, wasn't it?
But they're saying all cosmetics, but no helmet.
Alright, let them know that the cast is ready. But yes, this is definitely a map where you want to have your best LAs out and actually kind of trolling along here and
the second map will
keeping
start
an eye
in
on things.
35 seconds. The second map will start in 35 seconds.
Who's leading? CSPY won
Yes.
Fort Liberty both times by capture.
Yep.
Pretty convincingly, very convincingly.
Yeah, CSPY definitely winning effectively on that first map. So we're going to see just how well they do on the second one, where things can definitely change here. We're going to start by watching the SAMY team. Once again, I want to see who and how many LAs they've got.
3, 2, 1, go!
Go!
Let's see.
I see one LA. I see two LAs, I think, for CSPY.
I only see
Syntac
one for
and
SAMY.
Sanaway. Oh yeah, I remember Sanaway. He used to main LA and 6v6 back in like...
we got a second one.
Hill 1, 2? I don't remember.
So we do have two LAs for the SAMY team as well. Looks like they've both probably gotten spotted here.
One of them goes down to long range, pulls a C.
Oh, yeah.
Both
and the second one flanked here. That was by Sanaway. I do remember Sanaway, you're right, yeah. So definitely some good LAs here on the CSPY team, which is going to spell some serious trouble here for SAMY, as they really got to have some kind of activity on that roof at all times. SAMY team wiped out on South. They are inside of CSPY home, but there's not a big presence. Is it just this one guy? Oh, it's just one guy. He's down now. So there it is. So CSPY is going to take points, and they are now up on time starting now. They're inside of SAMY home base as well. A good start for them. Bottom floor, looks like Lucas getting a little confused, shooting all over the place. Does run to Cubby and gets taken out.
Does get arrested, but I don't think...
no, yeah, I was about to say, I don't think they noticed, but they definitely noticed. Pillay here trading it out.
I really hope I'm playing an NA team next week. I hope you play a Russian team next week so you can learn.
Listen, never complain about your sleep schedule. Don't forget that Australians, on a constant basis.
I was complaining about sleep schedule, not about... Okay. 5 PM? Yeah.
These poor Australian teams
Oh,
sometimes
no.
have to wake up at ridiculous times.
Yeah, they play like 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's ridiculous for them. Ooh, C4 here. I don't think that went off and killed anybody. I do see another brick up here too, but it looks like that also missed. Zolfr here trying his best to get some C4 kills.
I've played 4 a.m. before. That was awful.
I've had to cast, I think, earliest was like a 9 o'clock match in the morning.
That's why Australian teams no longer exist? No, it's because Australians are smart and quit the game.
Well, also their server got taken away from them.
There's still Aussies on teams, actually. There's Aussies on the SAMY
Aussies.
team. Sulfur's one.
Mhm.
There's multiple though, I forget the other one.
So the SAMY team here struggling to actually get a foothold in anywhere past their main home. And actually their main home still infested with CSPY members, top floor. Taking a look at bottom floor here, we also see a bit of a struggle, but we do see a drop down by, I think that was Custodicy? The LA for SAMY. Takes out 1 or maybe 2 there. And it's taking a look on bottom of home base. We do have somebody in Cubby down here. That is Praiser.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that name even in German, honestly. I know it's German. Pratzer.
Potzer.
Pratzer.
Nice.
I don't know. It's probably meant to be pronounced English, so...
SAMY here. They're trying to get a rotation going into south, you can see. But CSPY knows. They know that they're going to be going for that. That's the obvious rotation if you can't get into your home base. They're holding up here really well. Taking out SAMY members like the second that they peek that door sometimes. Oh, and this poor Heavy also getting taken out.
This is such a good spawn lock.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Not spawn lock, home building hold.
It's sort of
Can't
a
really
spawn
spawn lock on.
Yeah, this is about the closest you can do to a spawn lock for this.
Syntax is popping off on the LA. He's doing so well. I think he's using a Pulsar C as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
It does make sense. This is a very good one for range. Oh, does meet a GD7 in close range. Takes him anyway, though.
Wins. Now he's gonna die.
Does finally get taken out, yeah. Sandaway here to clean up. And he does.
I would not say so, Liddy, no.
Meanwhile, on the southern building here, CSPY still completely cleaning SAMY as they attempted to rotate in. SAMY still no foothold. They do have a little bit of a chance to get up here into their home.
CSPY is still playing a bolt on Aiken. Tia has a good bolt, at least playing him on live, but... Still, like, Aiken not really a bolt map anymore, ever since Cloak players can flip the point.
Yeah, ever since that one change, because it used to be extremely important to have a bolter just to jump on point, but yeah, not anymore.
I remember some teams would even play Stalkers when they were still out, and they would just sit there.
Very few formats allowed that. I think it was like 1 12v12 I remember still allowed that, and that was about it.
Yep. I remember we played Cloakers in practice, and... or backs rather, and they rage quit because we played a Stalker, even though it was allowed.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
Yeah, it's not a good, it wasn't good.
Terrible, it was awful, it was awful. It was awful to watch, it was awful to look at, awful to play.
It sounds so cringe, it really was.
It sounds cringe and it was cringe, it was awful. Looks like we got Pillay over here with a bit of a flank on south. Takes out both a Bolt and a Medic. Really nice job there. Bolt is going to get back up, though. Pillay doesn't realize it. Oh, but a flank here. The hell just happened there? Did Maldor just accidentally TK'd... Maldor just accidentally TK'd his own Bolt. I don't think he realized.
Infiltrators are allowed, and they're allowed to cloak as well in this format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just.
I just don't think they're that valuable on this map anymore.
Because the what you used to do was literally have the Bolt cloak and go on to point, because you used to be able to actually cap points while cloaked. Thankfully, they did remove that. It only took, you know, what, 6 years?
I remember playing Legacy even after that got removed, and he would still just sit on point and kill everyone because there was Legacy and he was insane. It was such a good Bolt. Such a good player at everything, honestly.
Only got about 50 more seconds here until CSPY can potentially get that cap, but you can see it's getting flipped right now. Looks like SAMY has presence on point.
Yeah, but they don't have any presence in the building, so they're just gonna get shut down from the balconies.
Yeah, it's very important that you not only get you know, your base back, but you gotta get your balconies completely clean, because what they just got shot at from was roof and balcony. They just get a bunch of drop downs right onto them. Now this medic is being a bit of a hero here, and he's doing it. He's right now, he's still alive. Look at him out here shuffling this. Actually manages to flip it all the way before finally going down. Good on CSPY, though. They didn't massively over-rotate to deal with that one medic that flipped that. It was only like 2 dudes shooting at him the whole time. That could have been really bad for CSPY to kind of just break their momentum a bit. 30 seconds now until a potential cap by CSPY.
I don't really see the push.
Yeah, it's kind of scattered right now. We're seeing a majority of it in their home base, but they just can't. Again, they've been struggling to get a foothold on either base or either map. So this
I've
is
just
kind
been
of more
watching
of
the
that.
LAs mainly, so I just see the names move around below. But the LA duel has been incredibly dominated by, CSPY. I don't speak English.
Dominating. There it is.
Dominating.
There's the cap.
The LA player has been dominating.
Yeah, that's the correct way to do that. So we've got CSPY with another cap. So that's going to put them at 240 points for the first half. Take a look at our scoreboard while we're waiting on them to get everything flipped. Yeah, wow, yeah, you can see exactly what happened here. The kills difference was immense. And the roles for who got the kills also should be noted. So first of all, the LAs, Sanaway and Zintac, both playing extremely well. Sanaway, more of the kind of support, despite having the close range gun, more of a support role does help Zintac a lot, kind of just get those spots and some damage off. But on the other side, they had, it looks like 3 at the end there, but I'm pretty sure they only had 2 for a little while. For I think it was both, I want to say Caseyman and Custodesy were both LAs for most of that. Ducks, I think.
Just switched at the end.
Switched near the end, yeah. But you can see the difference in kills there. Zintac was absolutely dominant for that entire first half. 16 and 4 kills and deaths respectively. For the heavies, you can also see lots and lots of kills for the CSPY heavies. And the SAMY heavies were holding their own, but you know they had a little bit less control on the map. They just weren't able to sort of get themselves into good positions because they just kept getting spawn locked, essentially. They're just kind of stuck in their own spawn area. So CSPY really does, they did take a good advantage of that. The Bolter, 10 and 3 as well, should be noted. Pretty good score for Aiken, considering. Aiken it's not super friendly to Bolters anymore, but that's still pretty good considering all of the heavies and the LAs and medics were like up on the spawn the entire time, so you had to be playing fairly aggressively to get that kind of kills. Very good on Tia.
Yeah.
On the SAMY side, Bolt having a much rougher time, but again, it's kind of expected.
It's really hard it's really hard to re-push your home as a Bolt. I think. I wouldn't play a class like that.
Oh, it for sure is. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to play it either. I've casted many of these matches. It is extremely hard unless you're on certain maps. It is very hard to push back in on your points, or on your home base rather. Pale Canyon's one of those exceptions where you really need a Bolt to actually push into your own home base. Aiken does not quite have that same kind of forgiveness.
Just asking the Spaceman question. The Spaceman window question.
You know,
I'm not sure what the rule for this one is. I'm hoping there's no Spaceman rule.
We will see. We will see. No refs, Sag. Never mind, everybody. The refs went home.
Right, let me see if I can find the rule doc.
It's fine. The ref says it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
The Sunday. cool. Here we go. Found it.
That was an interesting moment that we did capture the TK of onto the boulder. I think that Heavy, when he walked in on that top floor, just didn't realize that that was his own friendly bolt that was
There's no
getting res.
spaceman rule.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, I forgot to go invisible and do not disturb on Discord this whole time. Could have been getting pinged.
I got pinged.
I didn't even realize. I didn't notice.
Did you get the Brown Town ping?
Yeah, just now. Oh, was that from Browntown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought that was you giving me the rule set.
No.
Okay.
Wait, no, not just like 3 minutes ago.
Okay. I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Because I actively have that open at all times.
I have pings muted on there, but I guess someone figured out a way to ping me.
Alright, so we're just waiting on the refs to start the half up. Right now, CSPY in a very good position to potentially just get the whole win here on this next half. If they get a win on this one, I think that just wraps it up, doesn't it? I don't think they even move on to the third map. Because that would be just 2 maps they've won at that point. Looks like they're checking something. Oh, they're checking the spaceman spot. So
You mean the window?
Yeah, the window.
I looked at the rule log. There's no window rule.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
I want to say the rule dog says nothing about the spaceman window in chat, but none of these people would understand
will
that.
start in 30.
Feel old.
5 seconds.
That was
The
only
second
like
round will start in
yesterday
32 seconds.
It was only like last year, wasn't it?
when Bax threw against this.
What do you mean through? What do you mean?
You could have won. It was so close.
Listen, they beat our ass because they're better than me.
You literally won if Spaceman wouldn't have shot out of that window.
Can't possibly be that. The refs couldn't possibly have called that match.
It was a good time. Almost like that one time
3,
we lost to B-Way.
2, 1.
Alright.
Round start for start.
Starting up, so we've got CSPY here. Where's their LAs? Ah, here we are. We got 1. Where's their Sandaway? There we are.
No,
nah,
okay.
it's 2. Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way they're only running 1. So we got Zintac over here. I'm sure he still got his
Sammy's
pulsar.
back to 1 LA.
Ooh, good spots, good damage. Already off on Zulfer. Oh, but a couple of misses there on Zulfer, actually. But Zulfer goes down anyway, as they are moving. CSPY is moving all the way into SAMY home base at lightning speed here. They didn't even go to top floor.
Oh no, they are still on 3 allies. I didn't see Ducks. He must have been hiding. Does go
CSPY
down.
moving straight over into northern building. This is where they're going to catch the remainder of the SAMY team, which I don't think has rotated entirely into home base CSPY. And also, should point out, they've started the cap. Oh, but it's getting flipped right back over. The bolt there on point. Otto goes in, takes out the bolt, flips the point again.
How do you pin a message in chat, Gelos?
That's a new thing, actually. You can pin
Yeah,
messages.
but how do you do it?
Similar to, I believe, you just hover over and there should be a pin button.
No, I don't see it.
Really? Maybe it's a 7TV thing. I'm not sure.
No, I do have 7TV though.
That's odd then.
Oh,
Maybe it's an
you're
American
odd.
thing. Maybe it's an American thing.
Yeah, maybe it's not out in Europe.
Zintac here taking out Waffler. Amy also just getting shot all over the place from every angle. Could not escape. Looks like Sammy is in a bit of a rough spot. 2 medics on top, and I think a heavy just jumped down on bottom. But they're about to get flanked in from bottom. As CSPY moves in, they've taken out one
I
medic.
heard a Tross. I'm
Was that?
hearing
Yeah,
a
that is
Tross.
a
That's
Tross.
a curious choice. I mean, if you like it, it's fine.
That's a kill, yeah.
It's not a bad gun, but...
No, it's a bad gun. There's much better option than a Tross. What do you mean? There's a Reaper.
Like what? It's basically the same gun.
Isn't it just better? Isn't it just slightly better?
Yeah, very, very, very slightly.
So why would you use the Tross? It doesn't make sense.
Because it sounds
It does
better.
sound
I think
sick,
it gets
though.
more
You're right about that.
bullets.
It does sound really good.
Yeah. I used to play with a guy that had like an insane amount of Tross kills, and I asked him one time why he used it. He just said, "Oh, I like the way it sounds." At the Irish so much.
Ducks here trying to clean up as Zulfer goes down next to him. Looks like SAMY is getting collected inside north. I'm thinking they want to do a drop onto point. It doesn't look like they're wanting to go home, but onto point might be safer for them. Let's see what they do here, because they got to get more time on this if they want this to even come to a draw on this next half.
Yeah. Wait, no, they need to get a cap, right?
Yeah, they have to get a full cap in order to turn it into a draw for this map.
Mm.
They have to go.
I don't see that happening.
At this rate, no. At this rate, they're just having a hard time even getting any kind of movement going. A lot of this does feel a bit more like kind of not understanding the map, not really playing quite as long with your team, because it feels like a lot of cohesion problems are happening a lot, right? It's not just, you know, being out-fragged or anything like that, because this particular format doesn't really even favor, you know, top kills, massive amounts of kills anyway.
It still makes a difference if you're staying or if you're new to the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely would make a difference, but the team cohesion, I think, is the much more important part, and I feel like, you know, CSPY has just been much more on top of that, and SAMY has just been having a very hard time, you know, staying together. See, this heavy over here, Jack the Crack, kind of caught out by himself, didn't have a medic anywhere nearby him, he just went kind of up towards the top.
To be fair, at this point, we've been going for, what, now an hour?
Yeah.
They're probably kind of demoralized.
Possibly, yeah. That is definitely something that, you know, happens in these kind of
like,
these kind of games.
tends to drop if you're losing for, like, a long time. It's like,
Yeah, that makes sense. We do have SAMY trying to take back their home building, and I think they're finally going to take it here. They're going to chase Pele back to... Oh my god! Pele manages to get the kill off of Ryzen.
He's so cracked.
That was ridiculous. A double commie and a knife kill. Yeah, alright, so CSPY still maintaining a little bit of presence up here as Pele just runs around and gets another kill.
He's just farming.
And there is a friendly medic takes out
impression.
one of the medics. Oh, it's going to be a battle of the medics here in a second. Oh, but they're getting flanked. Oh, both medics down? Both medics are down now. So CSPY gonna likely take back home base in just a moment. 45 seconds left on that cap as we see SAMY making a desperation push onto point. It's not a terrible idea to be pushing right now, though, because they do have a bit of presence. Well, at least they did, but they actually dropped literally everybody off the balcony. Now, their roof does have Zulfer, and Zulfer could help out with this this LA problem that they're having. And he's dropping down on a point, and gets taken out. Ooh, the rest of the SAMY team actually getting taken out slowly.
Isn't Cyclone heavy banned? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only saw Blitz though.
Yeah, I'm
it's
only
just
hearing
Cyclone
Blitz.
that is banned.
Yeah, I've definitely heard Blitz. I've not heard of Cyclone.
Yeah.
I think that was the Blitz there, or was that?
I see a Blitz
Actually,
here.
this might have been a silenced anchor. What the hell was that?
That was your mom.
No, it wasn't. Oh, no, that's a Blitz.
Why's there a compensator on the Blitz? I think I found it.
It says Cyclone. Oh, you're right. There actually is a Cyclone on the score.
Oh,
yeah, somebody is running a Cyclone.
And
it's hard to tell. I think they're probably using a suppressor, and that's probably why.
Oh no, it's a different person. There's also a Blitz player, and they're using a not a suppressor, sorry, a compensator.
Ah,
And I think
okay.
I've realized the problem that SAMY is having. They're using a compensator on the blitz.
Not enough cyclone heavies as well. I think that's another issue.
Yeah, maybe pull a jackhammer or two.
It's alright. They probably legitimately did not know that the cyclone was banned, so they're likely going to get a warning here from the refs, and they'll just swap it out.
What is the point of coin flipping and C if you can't use Cyclone? It's just being problematic.
And there is the
Yeah, there's no
cap.
other good guns on C. Right.
CSPY with a second cap here puts them at
That's a good point,
2-4-2. Take a look at our scoreboards here. Once again, CSPY just coming out absolutely killing it, both literally and metaphorically. 37, 40, 33, and 18 for all of their heavies, respectively, for kills. Fantastic job there. Their LA's still on point as well. Sandaway, again, still kind of playing that sort of supportive LA role, but Zintac absolutely taking it away at 29 and 11. Tia also doing a phenomenal job. Didn't actually see Tia a lot, but 21 kills on Aiken is nothing to scoff at. That's pretty good. That's an impressive number. On the SAMY team, obviously everybody's bit of a rough time. You can see they do have 4 medics rather than 3 and 4 heavies, which is what CSPY did. So I think they were just kind of coming in with less frag power as well. Maldor there, I think, might have swapped at one point, because that's 18 kills there for him too. I don't think he was playing medic the entire time, because he also only has 7 reses too. So I think they swapped him out at one point.
User
So
joined your
they
channel.
did pretty decently though, I would say. It was a good kind
User
of
joined your channel.
early
User
steps, it
joined
feels
your
like.
channel.
Okay, we do have some interviewees here. We have for the SAMY team, we have looks like we got Ducks. For the CSPY team, we have Otto. Otto here. Oh, we also have Zolfer. Yeah, we have Zolfer here for the SAMY team as well. Sorry, I didn't see you. So first of all, Otto, congratulations on your win. You guys did a phenomenal job the entire match. You guys did absolutely fantastic. SAMY team, you guys, it seemed like you guys had having a bit of a rough time. It was still
laughing.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
we were yeah.
as long as you have a good time, that's what matters, I suppose. But you guys did do a good attempt. How long has your team kind of like been together? The SAMY team.
So we created SAMY for technically Alpha Wars last year. But it was existing like a year before that. We then used it for LS, but we have a lot of like revolving members and stuff like that. So it kind of doesn't really have a fixed roster. It's mostly like the friends of Vanguard groups and stuff like that.
Yeah. This team today is made up mostly of Syndicus and Astartes members with a few extra friends as well. Look, we haven't actually had any practice games, as you might know, so that was basically our practice run. And I feel like we've learned a lot already. So it's just about for us is it improving and learning the format and just getting there. So we're having laughs doing it and throwing C4s and ridiculous stuff. And
we saw lots of C4s. That was pretty noticeable. Yeah, your team, it felt like your team was, a little bit new, but as long as you guys are having a good time and you're kind of learning as well as you're going, I do feel like that's extremely important to point out. So it's good on you, at least for that. Otto, your team came into this. It seemed like you guys had a plan for both of these maps, quite frankly. Can you walk us a little bit through kind of how you wanted to play it, and did it go the way you were hoping to? Because it seemed like you guys just didn't really have to do any kind of like plan B or plan C moments at all. You just kind of went in and had it work.
Yeah. First of all, GG, well played to SAMY. It was a lot of fun for us. I hope you had a lot of fun as well. The plan on Fort Liberty was look how they play, because we had zero clue how SAMY will play and we are completely new, and try to get some spawn camps off, and try to spot as much as possible the routes. Other than that, I think on Aiken the plan didn't go off so much. I need to rewatch the game. Actually, I was coughing a lot into the ears of my teammates because I'm super sick. Actually, yeah, but it was a good game. But I think plan was good. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a very, very good cohesion. It felt like you guys was going into this. It worked out really well for you. Just in general, we saw your rotations. We saw your kind of who you had on the roof as well. Played a pretty big part. You guys had some really strong LAs there, playing very, very well. Yeah, going into this for the SAMY team, did you guys what kind of prep work were you looking at to try and kind of deal with some of the kind of preparedness, I would say, from the other team?
We did a lot of internal practices on these maps, like before the season. We didn't have the chance to play it against other people. But generally, our whole plan for Fort Liberty was to try and get the point, stay outside of the point, and then cover our ass, basically. And then for Akon, generally, the kind of play was for us to match their LA play, is, I guess, how we wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we tried. The biggest thing for us on Akan going into that second round was like, well, we are struggling to gain map control. Let's just be annoying, stall the timer out, last as long as we can, work out how to break the locks, and that's kind of probably what we're going to be going into the next week, is figuring out how we get ourselves out of these spawn lock situations, how we actually get the frags on the board and flip the point back and control the map. So that taught us a lot about how we go about doing that anyway. So props to the team for sticking it out and being in high spirits, and GG's to CSPY as well.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're learning, what to do for next time, that's extraordinarily important, quite frankly. Coming in on the next match, I hopefully we see some good stuff out of you. Because I mean, you didn't play terribly bad or anything. It's just you could see kind of the cohesion difference between the two teams. I think is just the most notable thing.
Yeah, it's the lack of experience on our side in a small scrim format. Even a 10v10 is quite small for us. We're sort of more used to being on the bigger outfit wars platoon level.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a different ball game. Bit of a different ball game. Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys. I think there's. Let me just check real quick. Yeah. So this was it for this particular weekend for you guys for matches. There is going to be another match for those of you in chat. It's going to be Gob versus XA. That's going to be 2300. Is that right now, actually? No, that's 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah. So 2300 UTC. That'll be Gob versus XA. And then that is it for today. Tomorrow is going to be Shovel v HRAM and 1RPC versus Beacock later tomorrow as well. So good matches overall. You guys, thanks for coming out and playing that. I'm sure we're going to see more of you from next weekend as well as we move on in the tournament. Thanks everybody for coming out and watching. We're going to go ahead and end it there.
Thanks for the cast, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for the refs as well.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you for SAMY. Was nice.
Yes, thanks to you guys. GG's.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
GG.